The Warband line from WizKids is generally a great way for new game masters and mini collectors to get enough low-level creatures to run common encounters, with the benefit of having a bunch of unique sculpts so you don't have to use a bunch of clone minis. Plus there's the added benefit that many of these common monsters have been made playable over the years, so you can use these minis for your PCs as well. And that's the case today with today's Warband of Bugbears, kindly provided to us by WizKids for review. Longtime collectors may already have a bunch of Bugbears, and if you do, I will show you how these stack up to the other ones in my collection later on in the video. Before we start, I have something I'd like you to do. Guess how many Bugbear stat blocks exist in D&D throughout all of the 5e books, not counting any named Bugbear NPCs. Pause the video here and drop your guess in the comment section below because I'm curious what you'll think. I'll give you the answer here shortly as we take a closer look at our Bugbear Warband. Before we jump in, if you're looking to get a fun gift for a D&D gamer in your life, for a birthday or Father's Day perhaps, check out the animated spell cards from our sponsor Hit Point Press. They feature unique animations of each SRD 5e spell on one side and give you the spell details on the other to make running a caster easier and a lot more fun. They have spell decks available for cantrips up through 9th level spells. If you're just starting out, they do have discounted bundles of low-level spell cards just to get you started. Learn more and pick up your decks today using our links in the doohickey down below or at animatedspells.com. Now we're going to start out by looking at 5 Bugbears at once. Now I generally try to group minis by their stat block when I'm showing them to you. And these 5 are all labeled as basic Bugbears. Now, why are we getting 5 basic Bugbears in a Bugbear Warband which has only 6 minis? Because there are only 2 Bugbear stat blocks in all of 5e, the Bugbear and the Bugbear Chief. For comparison's sake, take a guess at how many Bugbear stat blocks there are in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. There's 2, also. The Tormentor and the Thug. Am I the only one surprised by this? Goblins have 5 stat blocks in 5e and 4 in Pathfinder. So yes, we get 5 basic Bugbear minis here, wielding an axe, javelin, morningstar, glaive, and crossbow. The 5e stat block includes the morningstar and the javelin, so you'll have to make a few alterations to it if you want to authentically represent your minis here. Though for the most part, you can just use the same numbers and just change up the flavor of each attack if you like. If you are feeling creative, use these minis to craft a few special Bugbear stat blocks of your own since Wizards hasn't done it for us. I am glad that they made at least one of them appear to be female, as we really don't have very many female Bugbear minis. Also, that Bugbear with a javelin might be quite popular for folks running Polearm Master PC builds. And here is our Bugbear Chief mini. You can tell he's a chief because he's doing what every good leader does, pointing at the danger he wants his troops to run toward. The stat block includes both the Morningstar and the Javelin, so it might have been cool to have a pack of javelins on his back to keep it as close to the stat block as possible. Now let's compare this warband to some of our previous Bugbears. First we have the Bugbears from the Proto-Warband set called Cave Defenders. Next up we have 2 Bugbears that were used as promos from the Snowbound set. And here we have a variety of Bugbears from some of the older Icons of the Realm sets from WizKids. Now we're moving into Pathfinder, starting with the 2nd edition figures that were redesigned to have that Pathfinder goblinoid football head. And finally we have some 1st edition Pathfinder Bugbears from Deadly Foes and also from the Rusty Dragon Inn set, the latter of which was released as a $200 box set just recently. Bugbears are pretty good low-level brutish enemies for your early encounters. I usually like to team them up with some goblins or maybe a hobgoblin boss to make those encounters just a little bit more interesting. The Bugbear stat block includes 2 interesting abilities. They get an extra damage die with their melee attacks, making them extra brutish. And keep in mind that Bugbears prefer getting the drop on their foes. They have a +6 to stealth, which isn't bad for a CR1 creature, and they deal an extra 2d6 damage to foes on the first round of combat if they surprise them. So a successful Bugbear ambush can be pretty harrowing for a low-level party. Bugbears are pretty ubiquitous throughout the D&D multiverse. You might encounter a warband camping in the forest, running a protection racket in a larger city, raiding villages, serving as hired mercenaries for nobles and royals, or serving as muscle on space-jamming ships. And one important thing to note is that I believe all these minis here are unique sculpts, so you can add them to your existing collection without worrying too much about duplicates. The Bugbear Warband is available now for between $40 and $45. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. I just still wish we had a few more Bugbear stat blocks to make things a little bit more interesting. I guess we'll have to get to making some of our own. Don't forget to pick up some awesome animated spell cards using our link below, or check out animatedspells.com. The only unreleased warband that I know about is Undead Army Zombies, which is scheduled for August. There's also a Gith Yankee warband that came out late last year that I think we missed somewhere along the line. I'll make sure we cover that one as soon as possible. What other warbands would you like to see? Off the top of my head, I'd like to see a warband of bandits, city guards, wolves, drow, troglodytes, Duragar, maybe Svirfneblin. Honestly, it's a line with infinite possibilities. I wouldn't mind just saying like a whole Dwarven clan that look like they go together, or a royal court. I could just go on and on. But for now, let me just remind you that we are getting ready to expand our Kobold plushie warband with a new Treasure Hunter Kobold plus dice sets for each Kobold, dice-eating monsters, and more. Sign up now at the link in the corner so you can be notified when we launch, because we will have early bird incentives. If you want to get a plushie right now, you can pick one up at heroplush.com. If you want to follow along with our journey, you can find us on social media over here. But for now, please stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.